discuss the concept of fund flow statement. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about cash flow statement. So both these statements, that is cash flow and fund flow statements, are the tools to analyze the financial statements of the company. Financial statement means profit and loss account as well as the balance sheet of the company. So in cash flow statement, what we have discussed that in order to analyze the cash performance of the company, we have decided to categorize all the activities into three parts, that is operating activities, investing activities and financing activities, and with the help of which we have prepared one statement, that is cash flow statement, just to have an idea about the liquidity position of the company. Now in the same way we would be preparing one another statement, that is fund flow statement. In this case, we'll be emphasizing on the flow of fund. In the previous lecture, in cash flow statement, we have emphasized on the flow of cash only. Now here we'll be emphasizing on the flow of fund. Fund here means working capital. And what is working capital? We have already discussed. It is nothing but the difference between total current assets and total current liabilities. So fund flow statement is a statement which we are preparing just to analyze the flow of fund in the company. Now in order to prepare the fund flow statement, we have to prepare two additional statements as well. One is just to focus on the increase and decrease in working capital, that is schedule of changes in working capital, and another is to find out whatever funds has been generated by the company during that particular time period. So that is to calculate the funds from operations, and in order to find out the value of funds from operations, again we need to prepare one additional statement, that is adjusted P&L account, either an adjusted P&L account or a statement just to calculate the funds from operations. So basically in the preparation of fund flow statement, we will be preparing three statements. One is schedule of changes in working capital, another is adjusted profit and loss account, and finally the statement, that is fund flow statement. So we'll discuss all these things, what is the meaning of fund flow statement, why we are preparing fund flow statement, and how to prepare a fund flow statement, and moreover the basic difference between the cash flow statement and the fund flow statement. Now starting with the meaning of fund flow statement, as the word indicates, it is a flow of fund. Flow of fund means it is a flow of working capital. There is always a flow of fund, that is changes in working capital by three business transactions. One is increase the current asset but do not bring any increase in current liabilities, and vice versa. Now if we are comparing the data from the current year with the previous year, now we will be having two type of financial statement, one for the previous year, another for the current year. Now we will be comparing the current assets and current liabilities for both the periods. Now the effect on working capital would be only in the case if there is an increase in current assets but there is no change in the current liabilities, or vice versa, decrease in current asset but not bring any decrease in current liabilities. Hence the difference between the two, that is current asset and current liabilities, is something which is known as working capital, and will be emphasizing on the flow of that difference only. Now as we have already discussed, there are three statements which are to be prepared in this particular concept. One is schedule of changes in working capital, then statement of sources and uses of funds, and funds from operations. Now starting with the very first statement, that is schedule of changes in working capital. As you can see in this particular format, there would be 5 columns, one for the particulars. It means where we will list out simply that these are the current assets of the company and these are the current liabilities of the company, and simply by differentiating the total of 2, we can have the value of working capital. Now in rest of the four columns, what we have done is, in the first 2 columns we will simply write the values which is given in the question. As I have earlier told you that the data would be a comparative data, means 2 years data or 2 time periods data. Let's suppose one is for the current year, that is 2020, and another is for the previous year, that is 2019. So what we'll do, in the first two columns, we'll simply write down the values as it is given in the question. So if, let's suppose, current asset is 10,000 rupees in the current year and it was 12,000 rupees in the previous year, it means it has been reduced. So what we'll do is, we'll write down the difference in each and every element of current asset and current liabilities in the remaining two columns. Means, just to showcase the effect of increase or decrease in current asset and current liabilities on the working capital. Now, if there is an increase in the current asset, then obviously there would be an increase in the working capital, because what is working capital? It is the difference between current assets and current liabilities. Current asset is on the left side, it is a positive value. So if we are increasing positive value, then the balance or the difference would also increase, and vice versa. We have written working capital is equal to current assets minus current liabilities. Now, minus current liabilities, current liability is something which is to be deducted. Now if we are increasing the value of current liabilities, it means the minus portion will increase, and if there is an increase in the minus portion, then obviously the net output would decrease. It means, just to generalize, there is a direct relationship between current asset and working capital. If we are increasing current asset, then working capital will also increase. If we are decreasing current assets, then working capital will also decrease. So this is a direct relationship. They are moving in the same direction. Whereas the current liabilities and the working capital, they have a negative relationship, inverse relationship. If we increase the value of current liabilities, then working capital would increase. If we decrease the value of current liabilities, then working capital would increase. So there is an opposite flow between the current liabilities and the working capital. So as per the information available in the question, what we'll do is, in the first column, we'll list out all the assets and liabilities. In the next two columns, we'll simply put the same value which is given in the question for the current year as well as for the previous year. In the remaining two columns, what we'll do is, we'll just analyze the difference and try to find out the impact on working capital. If current asset is increasing, then amount would be written in the increase column, right? And there would be nothing on the decrease side. So in rest of the two columns, one thing is to be kept in mind, that either the entry would be in increase column or it would be in the decrease column. No simultaneous recording can be done for one single item. The same thing we can see with the help of one small example. Here are the values for the current year and the previous year. Means current asset and current liabilities are given for the year 2001 and 2002. If data is given in the form of years, so the earlier year is the previous year and the later year is your current year. It means 2001 is your previous year and 2002 is your current year. Now, what you need to do is, we will prepare the schedule of changes in working capital just to find out the increase or decrease in working capital. The same way we have discussed in case of format. So what we'll be doing is, we'll be just putting all the values in this particular statement. So as you see in the example, there are certain assets. Cash in hand is an asset, BR is an asset, debtors is an asset, stock is an asset, investment, prepaid expenses. So at the first point, what we need to do is, we'll simply write the major heading, that is current asset. Then we'll list out all these current assets. Then we'll simply write down the values for the previous year as well as for the current year. Let's suppose for cash in hand, it is 3,000 and 4,000. For the previous year, it is 3,000. For the current year, it is 4,000. Now, if you see, the value of cash in hand has been increased. Earlier it was 3,000. Now in 2002 it is 4,000. It means there is an increase of cash in hand. And cash in hand is what? It is current asset. So If there is an increase in the cash in hand in current asset, then obviously it would be written in the column of increase in working capital. So we have simply written it as 1000 rupees increase in working capital. Similarly, for the bills receivable, in 2001 it was 6000, in 2002 it is 8000. Again, this is the case of increase. Same is the case of debtors as well as stock. Whereas if you see the investment, these are the current investment, short term investment. In the previous year it was 6000 rupees, now it has been reduced to 3000 rupees. The value has been decreased. So where will it be written? We have to write it in the decreased column of working capital. Similarly, prepaid expenses, earlier it was 1200, now it is 400. The decrease has been there and the difference is of 800 rupees. So we'll simply write this decrease in the decrease column. Then we'll add up, that is the total of current assets of both the years. Then similarly, we'll see at the question that there are current liability items. Bills payable is there, creditors is there, provision is there, outstanding is there, reserve for is also there. Right? Means this is the list of current liabilities. Now what we'll do is the same way as we did in case of current asset, we'll record all these items in the schedule of changes in working capital. So what we have done is we have listed out all the items here, and then simply the values as it is 3000 for the previous year and for the 3000 for the current year and 4000 for the previous year. Now if you look at the value of bills payable, in the previous year it was 4000, in the current year it is 3000. It means the value has been decreased. Now what we have discussed earlier, this is the current liability. If there is decrease in current liability, then it would result in an increase in working capital. So if it is decreased, it would be written in the increase column. If it is increased, then it would be written in a decrease column. Same we can see in case of provision for taxation, again a short term liability. Earlier it was 8000, now it is 5000 rupees. The value has been decreased, but we have written it in the increase column. For outstanding expenses, it was earlier 200, now in the current year it is 400. It means the value has been increased. But where will it be written? It is to be written in the decrease column because of inverse relationship. Then what we'll do is total of current assets minus total of current liabilities, that is working capital. Now if you see at the working capital, in the previous year it was 34,000. In the current year it is 47,000. It means there is an increase of 19,000 in your working capital.